going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Austin Davis. I wanted to come on here and make a really short and quick video for you guys because I want to talk about objections. Now, I know a lot of people, when they get objections, whether they're in the field, they're on the phone, maybe they're on text message, or what have you, maybe it's an email correspondence. When they get hit with an objection, if they're not prepared, there could be a moment of stall, there could be some kind of stuttering that can happen, you don't really know how to handle that kind of situation. And I wanted to give a real life scenario, a situation actually that happened to me 2 days ago. I just got the word back from the customer. I ended up landing the job, but she hit me with a pretty common objection that I know a lot of you guys get in the field. And I want to share with you how I handled it, and maybe I want to get y'all's thoughts. I want y'all to leave it in the comment section. What y'all thought about how I handled it? Was it smart? Was it maybe not that smart? And let me know what y'all think down in the comments. But here's the backstory on this customer. All right, so funny enough, last year I had an opportunity to bid this building, a really nice building on Lake Austin Boulevard. You can see it's 3,700 square foot down there, built in 1925, but they had actually just sold buildings. So they had sold the management companies, I guess. So last year they called me, they wanted the building washed in the windows. I missed the business for whatever reason. I want to say they ended up just saying, they're selling it. They didn't really want to do the expense at that time. Well, funny enough, the other day I got a call from the same building but different company, and I was telling her, I was like, hey, I actually had an opportunity to bid this last year, ended up missing the business. I'm gonna make sure I don't let that happen again this time. How can I help you? They had mentioned to me that they had just acquired this building and they want to go ahead and do the pressure washing, window cleaning. So super cool how I got the opportunity to bid it again. But anyway, she called me for the house washing, building washing in this case, and then she wanted all the windows done. The building came out to 3,700 square foot. And after doing the window count all the way around, it came out to 45 or so windows. I went there in person, I did the whole count, she wasn't there, and then I went home, typed up an estimate, I sent it to her. After calculating the square footage in the windows, I landed at $1,079. That was gonna cover the whole building and the windows. Guys, the building was pretty straightforward, pretty cookie cutter. I think I can get through the building and the windows in maybe 3 hours top. So that number fit in with me. And I sent her the estimate, right? And I get this message back from my customer. We reviewed the estimate, and if you can do the building and windows for $750, we can move forward. Now, how many times have y'all been in the field and you're talking with the customer and you tell her it's gonna be 500 or you tell her it's gonna be 1,000, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, can you do it for 300 or can you do it for 800? Guys, it happens all the time. People wanna, they want a wheel and deal, they wanna get a better deal. And a lot of times if you're not trained or you don't really have a word track, you can sit there and stutter. You might even start negotiating with the customer, or you might even cave in and just agree just to get the job. Now, if you're in the beginning, you might not be able to afford to lose those opportunities. I totally understand. The urge might give in to cave on that stuff, but once you start getting more and more advanced, you have to start learning how to hold the line. Here's my retort to this response. Now, I want to tell you this is not an original response. Long ago, I was in the car business and I used to learn a lot of these word tracks, and this actually came straight from the car business, but I have applied it multiple times in my service business. So this is my response to my customer. I'm afraid I can't come down $300, which was $1,079 was the original estimate. She wanted to do it for $750, a little over $300. I'm afraid I can't come down $300. We do give our best prices up front. Let me ask you, if I told you a big service like this was gonna cost $1,079, and then I told you moments later that I could do it for $300 less at $750, wouldn't that make you feel a bit odd that I was able to come down that much? Almost as if I was trying to pull a fast one on you. Now guys, doesn't that make sense? If you were to tell someone it's gonna be $1,000 and then the next sentence say, oh yeah, we'll do it for 700. It's almost like, wow, if you could do it for 700, why didn't you just tell me you could do it for 700? Why? It almost feels like you're trying to pull one on me, like you're trying to get more on me, And in the next paragraph I said, the reason why we don't do that is because we've built a reputation for being honest and upfront with our pricing with our customers. Now there's two different ways you can go about this. You could hold the line there and see what she responds, because she might, read that and say, oh, you know what, that makes sense. Why would, he is giving me his best pricing up front. If he were to agree at 700, that would make me feel weird. I did miss that business last year, so what I did was, hey, look, however, if y'all are tight on budget, okay, I make it sound like, hey, if they're tight on budget, which some people don't like to admit that they're tight on budget, I can possibly take off $150, but that's really squeezing us. And I left it at that. But I think that's a really good way to respond to some of these things. That way you actually kind of put the pressure back on them, because when you actually do think about it, like if a service person was gonna come over to me and tell me that it'd be $200 to cut my lawn and do the trimming of my bushes, but then, the next sentence, like I asked them, hey, can I do it? Can I get a better deal? And then they said, oh, well, you know what? I can actually do it for 99 bucks. I would sit there and be like, Like, if he can do it for 99 bucks, was he just trying to like scam me? Was he just trying to get more money out of me? Like, no, that's my best pricing. I'm giving you my best pricing up front. So a lot of the times when I find that I'm able to convey that message, it kind of puts the pressure back on them, and then like, oh, you know what, that does make sense. Like, if he couldn't do cheaper, he would have just told me that, obviously. So you know what, yeah, that's a little bit unreasonable, and then you can kind of go from there. If you want to give 50 bucks, off, you can do that. Or, you might try your luck, you can hold the line there. But I find this is a really, really good way to respond to some of these little objections. And sometimes all you need is that kind of response. If you want to negotiate and play that whole game in your business where you're constantly negotiating your prices, you can do that. But at the end of the day, you do have to learn how to hold the line. And when you can learn some of these little responses, I find this response makes a lot of sense. You can go wherever you want with it. So I was able to negotiate a little bit, $150 off. I kind of split the difference just a bit because, like I said, I did miss the business last year. And this place is right on Lake Austin Boulevard, tons of traffic going through here. So I wanted to be able to put my truck right up on that boulevard. I did not want to miss that opportunity. So if you look at her response, she goes, "Hey, sorry for the late reply. I appreciate you working with us. I will accept that. I will accept your second estimate." And then she's asking me if I can get it done tomorrow. So that worked out for me. Let me know what you guys thought about this objection. Did I handle it correctly? Did it make sense? What do you guys think? Leave it down in the comment section. Hey, look, if you're not following me on Instagram, hit me up on Instagram, Austin_Davis23. I almost post daily on Instagram. So if you guys want to reach out to me, you guys can do that as well. And of course, if you're not following the YouTube channel, do hit the subscribe button, drop a comment, hit the like button. We're trying to hit 100,000 subscribers this year. Not too sure if that's going to happen, but hey, look, if you guys want to rally behind me, hopefully we can make it happen. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Peace out.